Hello and happy New Year, Libra. Welcome to your spring 2024 intuitive energy forecast. My name is Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. If you are new, a very warm welcome to you. Sit back, relax, get comfy, and I trust something here will be supportive to you on your spiritual journey. If you've been hanging out with me for a while, thank you so much for continuing to show up and coming back. Your presence is a gift for which I am eternally grateful. So before we get too far in, while I'm lighting the Palo Santo, you could take a moment to subscribe to the channel. We are slowly growing, and I am so appreciative of that. As soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, it opens more doors and windows for me here on YouTube, and that is exciting. At this time, I would like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through source messages, divine, loving, and kind, that supports all Libras viewing this to achieve their greatest and highest good in this lifetime. So although these messages are somewhat date specific because we're talking about the spring, the new year of 2024, I trust that whenever you come across them, because these are messages from Spirit, Spirit has no concept of time and clocks and all that kind of stuff like we do here on Earth. So I trust that whenever you come across these messages, you will find something here that is supportive to you. So it's been quite a while. I think I have a piece of pineapple in my teeth. It's been quite a while since I have recorded by the sign messages. I think 2022 was the last time I have offered anything like this. And yet I received strong guidance to offer them for this new year, this spring season that we are entering into. So collectively, we're all going to be working with the same planetary alignments. So I'm going to talk about those for a bit. To kick off, we have our new moon in Pisces taking place on March the 10th. And this is a very dreamy energy, and yet it could also be somewhat delusional. Living in the land of illusion and confusion. Yet to support clarity and balance and bring harmony into the situation, we have Venus moving into Pisces on the 11th, the day after this new moon. And so again, this dreamy energy is really wanting to be grounded into the now so that we can go forward and, fulfill the destiny that we came here to fulfill. We have the equinox, happy new growth cycle, and that's coming in on March the 19th or 20th, depending on where you are in the world. And it seems a little bit early by a day or so because don't forget, 2024 is a leap year and they gave us back a day that they took from us a long time ago. So it truly, if we didn't have the 29th of February, the equinox would be on the 20th and 21st as per usual. And of course, as always, the spring equinox takes place in the fiery sign of Aries. And so, and we have Chiron over there in Aries, and many of us, depending on when you were born, you can go and look and see where Chiron was when you were born. For me, it was Aries. So I guess this would be called the Chiron return. And Chiron is that energy of the wounded healer. So we're really being supported to heal our wounds once and for all. With Mars, so Mars moves into Pisces on the 22nd of March, bringing in this fiery, passionate energy, and it's really igniting our passion from within, or it's activating the rage that has been suppressed by layers of hurt and pain and this kind of stuff. So really working with this energy to ignite the passion, your free will, your solar plexus chakra. We have our first full moon of the season taking place on the 25th of March, and it is called the worm moon, which really has me feeling and believing that this year it's really important for those of us who are on this path, the path of continual and constant awakening, it's really important at this time to cleanse. So detoxify, cleanse, and in particular, parasite cleanses. Very, very important. And perhaps down the road, we can talk a little bit more about parasites and how they have been affecting our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being for eons of time. But this full moon is also partial prenuptial, I don't know, eclipse. So partial lunar, and it's taking place on the south node at 5 degrees of Libra. So the south node is in Libra and the north node is in Aries. So 5 degrees really, change. What are we being called to change? And this moon is calling forth, with the harmonious energy of Venus there, calling forth harmony and balance from within. And collectively, we're going to begin to experience a deeper understanding of our fellow travelers, our brothers and sisters of light. And this deeper understanding comes from the depths of our old, unhealed wounds. So this moon is an optimal time for emotional cleansing, emotional releases. Really work with this energy because we've got a lot. This spring is like clean up for the first 6-7 weeks, and then sowing seeds and planting seeds and really beginning to watch these seeds grow. On April the 8th, we have a total solar eclipse, and it's called the Great American Eclipse. And many of you will remember back in 2017, we had a similar eclipse. We're equipped. We had a similar eclipse that traveled the same path over the Americas. And this is taking place 8 years later. And how much have we changed? What's really changed 7 years later? What's really changed? Because the biggest wake-up call is taking place in the Americas, the supposed first world. And so we're going to see, I'm really feeling right now, a collective crisis of consciousness. Well, we're in the crisis of consciousness, and there is going to be, it's almost like a healing crisis that we are personally and collectively going to experience. This solar eclipse, though, is really kickstarting a new era in our lives, a new cycle. And I've been seeing for days a golden boot kicking us in our butt, telling us to go forward on the path of fulfillment, the path that brings us the most joy. The words that I was given for this solar eclipse are bold, brave. Bold, brave, visionary, sees the way forward towards goals. And as I mentioned, Aries is in the north node of the moon is in Aries, and this eclipse is taking place at 19 degrees. 1 + 9 is 10. Magician energy, Wheel of Fortune energy. It's very interesting to note, and I haven't delved too much into it with the exception of being given the dates. But in 2005, on the same day at the same degree, we also had an eclipse. So that was 19 years ago. This moon is happening at 19 degrees. The question that came through after I was guided to make note of that is, what could this mean? And so I believe that it's a question we're meant to sit with. How have we evolved? How have we changed? Are we doing better, or have we gone backwards? Because evolution is always about upward and forward movement. We're not meant to be spinning our wheels in the mud and such. And in all of this mix, we have Mercury enters its shadow on March the 18th and doesn't come out of its shadow until May the 13th. So in all of this, with the eclipse and everything, the eclipses, we've got Mercury retrograde. And so this is really encouraging us all to honor the hermit within, all to honor that mama bear energy, that caterpillar energy in the cocoon, really showing up for ourselves and taking care of ourselves in the best and most effective way possible. So that's that for the astrology. And let's get some cards for you, my Libras. And so you're the first sun sign I'm connecting with today. Yesterday I connected with the first 6. Oh, how beautiful. Giving and receiving, number 6. Your path of purpose. I'm really feeling intuitive healing, divine truth, solar plexus. We have 5, 6, 7 here. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm just, so solar plexus chakra, heart, high heart chakra, third eye, and throat are really coming online at this time for you. You've also got the Hierophant, the Chariot, the Death card, the Magician card. You, so far out of 5 cards, you have 4 major arcana. So this is, and I really feel like I'm meant to take this, because you can see this is my, the deck is purple, but we've got a green one in here. So we're going to take that, another Magician. Okay, Libra. So the first card out is the giving and receiving. And it's really important that we learn how to receive, because many of us who are givers don't receive very well. We don't ask for help. So I'm feeling, Libra, that you're being called to make sure that the give and take is balanced in your life as we move through this spring of 2024. I'm also feeling that you are being called or guided from within to answer the call of your sacred heart. What are you here for? It's like all of a sudden I feel like rather somewhat aggressive, because it feels like many of you have just been, I'm feeling lethargic, and the word that's coming to mind is lazy. Not really doing what you know supports you, not really showing up for yourself, and yet showing up for all these other people, places, and things that you support and that you help. This is a time to show up for yourself first and foremost, because you are going through some massive shifts here. And one of those shifts is within the sacral chakra. So what are you holding on to? What needs to be healed? Why are you resistant? Drink more water. Drink more water. Drink more water. Drink more water. I just heard as I was drinking water. Playful little otter. Playful little otter. So there's a healing that needs to take place. And you are the healer, and you are the healed. And it's all within the sacral chakra, 7 to 14. Something that you've been suppressing, pushing down, not dealing with, not really, maybe you're not even aware of it. And yet it feels like it's going to come up early in this season around the time of the lunar eclipse. And then I feel like on the other side of the solar eclipse, you are going to have clarity, an expanded clarity that you haven't had before, because you've got important work here to do. I mean, the Hierophant, teach. What do you have to teach at this stage of the game? What do you have to give away? And if the answer is nothing, then it's time to address what's going on here, to take care of yourself, to stop being lazy, to stop procrastinating. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll start that tomorrow. Oh, I'll get to that tomorrow. No, the power is now, in the moment. And, I feel like It feels like God wants to have a conversation with you. So open that line of communication, because God, our angels, um, only can communicate with us as open as we are and willing as we are to receive their communication, their support, their guidance. Move, get moving. This is that energy I was feeling, that lackadaisical, lazy, couch potato type energy, not really doing what you need to do to support yourself, and then wondering why I don't feel good, why, why this, why that. Well, it's because you're not moving. and you are the driver of this chariot. So get moving and trust your heart, because the more that you can show up for yourself, this is all about your physical body. Right? Sevens for me are all about the physical body. And it's clear that your heart is a powerful instrument. And yet, unless you use it and tune it to the higher consciousness, to the higher frequencies, you're not going to be able to give your gifts away that you came to give away, your medicine, your healing. Show up for yourself, Libra. Show up for yourself, because you are going through this death and rebirth. Get to nature. 13, the energy of the divine mother, Pachamama, Mama Earth, the divine feminine. Nature is going to support your healing. You are going to be transformed if you actively participate in the transformation. Otherwise, everything around you is going to look different, and yet you're still the same. Still got the same aches and pains, still, it's just, it's so funny. I haven't really ever felt this before, but it's just like, yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I'm too tired. Oh, and yet, if you show up for yourself, if you do the things you're being guided to do, if you take the action you're being guided to take, it's a miracle's going to happen, because you're going to have more energy. You're going to have more motivation to do that which you came here to do. So allow the process of death, letting go, releasing to take place, because then we've got this double magician energy from two different decks. You've got the magician. These are the psychic tarot and the psychic heart tarot, both by John Holland. But you have this spiritual awareness, and you have the ability to manifest what it is that your heart's deep desire. If you have spiritual awareness and you don't put it into practical use, it's kind of useless. I feel a little bit harsh with you, Libra. Sorry, I'm not intending to be harsh. That's just the energy that's coming in. I just heard no more bullshit. So not sure if that's Archangel Michael. He can be the hardcore that way sometimes. What are you here to transform? What are you here to change? It begins with you. The power is in your hands. The power is in your heart. The power is in your solar plexus, right? And it is within your power to make a fresh start. Are you willing to show up for yourself? Please do. So let's tune into Mother Gaia. This is the Gaia Oracle by Toni, Carmine, Salerno. And we're going to receive some practical guidance, some support, and perhaps some tools that are going to support Libras. Look at this. The Sacred Heart. It's the same image on the back of the cards. It's also the same image on the box. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sacred Heart. What are you here for? Passion, love, spiritual communion. Yeah, like you're tuned in. You have this spiritual awareness, and yet without practical application, what good is it? What good is it? Yeah, I know. Yet, if you're not implementing it, if you're not using it in your day-to-day life, what good is it? Get moving. Passion, love, spiritual awareness, spiritual communion, awareness. Come on, Libra. Come on. It's time to get moving. Moving, rolling. And then we have the eternal dance, and it's a number 19, which is where the solar eclipse is happening, 19 degrees Aries. 19 years ago, we had the same eclipse on the same day at the same degree. There's something here for you, Libra. You're really being guided to show up for yourself at this time, okay? Enough with the I'm too busy. I've got all these other commitments and all these other people I help and all these other places I have to be. Knock it off. Show up for yourself this spring, and you will be richly rewarded by the time the dog days of summer arrive. And that is the dog days of summer around the 8th of August and beyond. Eternal dance. Movement. That's the second one. Move, the Chariot. Movement, wheel of life, path of least resistance. Yeah. Stop resisting the change that wants to be initiated through you, wants to be integrated through you. Stop the resistance. It's futile. You're tying yourself up in how's your health? How's your health? Mental, emotional, and spiritual. How's your physical health? How's your body feeling? These are the questions you need to be asking yourself, Libra. Because if you don't show up for yourself, if you don't do it, who's going to? Tune into your body. Do a scan of your physical body. Because what I'm hearing is you're feeling it. You're hearing it and you're ignoring it. You're putting off to tomorrow what you could do today. And then we have the Night Wind card, number 23. 2 and 3 is 5 again. This is the energy of the divine masculine. Since my beloved passed in 2018 on 12/21, I was seeing 23, 32, 32, 23 a lot. And I finally asked about it because I was just going 5-5. And what I was told, it is representative, this number 23 and 32 is representative of the noble divine masculine, the righteous divine masculine who is showing up for his woman, for his sacred feminine. And so this may not be like, we may not have a man in our life who is showing up for us in that way. This is speaking more about the energetic, first of all, of the masculine. It really is showing up for you. And this is also about the masculine within showing up. And you had that giving and receiving card right at the beginning. It's that fine balance of give and take. The masculine is the giver, the feminine is the receptive energy. And yet, as feminine, as women, we often have a very hard time receiving. We're really good at giving. This is what we're here for. This is our medicine. This is what we do. And yet, and until we can receive, again, it's like, what's the point? So this really feels like it's time to balance and integrate the masculine, feminine, and child within you and your experience. And that child is probably between the age of 7 and 14. And it says here, facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. So yeah, yeah. Face your fears. Face your fears and, replace your fear with love of yourself, showing up for yourself. And finally, a message, oh my God, a message from our ancestors, because we're all connected. And so this message comes from the ancestors connected to source who love you unconditionally. Letting go. I don't think it gets any clearer than that, Libra. You got to let go of the rigidity. You got to let go of what you think you know and implement what you actually do know. You got to let go of thinking so much because it feels like stinking thinking, some of it. Yeah. Just like the autumn leaves, release and let go. This is a season to release that old skin that you no longer fit in. It's not working. It's not, it's just not working for you anymore. And so what are you willing to change? Are you willing to change? Because if you're willing to work with these energies through the first 6-7 weeks of this season, you're going to be amazed by the time we hit the solstice, the summer solstice or the winter solstice, depending where you are in the world. You will be amazed. If you're not willing to make any changes, to follow your inner guidance, your intuitive knowing, you're going to get to the summer and it's going to be pretty much the same as how you're feeling now. And so I would strongly encourage you to make the changes you're being encouraged to make, because the dividends that are going to be paid are, it's abundant and very expansive. And, life is looking and feeling very good for you when you get moving. And the message on this card is, once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and the guidance of spirit, as we have only your best intentions at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. There you go, Libra. There you have it. This was the most intense message that I have delivered for this season. So I really hope that you have the courage to work with your full moon on March 25th. Having a bit of a flash here. Work with your full moon. Cleanse out those parasites. Do a detox. Whatever it is you need to do, get moving. Because the answers have come through pretty clear and pretty harsh for you. And so I trust and hope that you're willing to take the guidance and advice that you are receiving. If you've made it to the end, please do give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. Let me know if anything here resonates with you. Honestly, it was a bit of a tough love message for you here, Libra. And I trust that you have felt loved and supported through our connection. Until next time, I am praying and hoping that you show up for yourself and that you are bold and brave and allow the visionary that is you to follow practical steps to bring your dreams through. So until next time, I see you, I feel you, I love you. And don't forget, Libra, you were born to shine. Shine, shine, shine. Take good care.